Hello, welcome to the Esoteric Empire. So, as most of you guys know, we have a super moon, that's what they're calling it, a full moon in the sign of Sagittarius this Tuesday. So, June 14th, there is going to be a really big full moon. We have full moons all the time, we have it once a month. Having a full moon in the sign of Sagittarius is going to be pretty explosive for pretty much everybody. I'm actually going to do 3 different readings, so you can choose which pile feels right to you, and we're going to see what's going to be happening for you specifically according to the pile that you pick. But I wanted to talk about the position of the moon and things like that, and it being in Sagittarius, what we can kind of overall expect. Sagittarius is a sign that deals with the outer world. So the first 6 signs talk about what's going on internally. The rest of the 6 talk about what's going on in your environment. So it's important to understand that Sagittarius as a sign, as a zodiac sign, deals with philosophy, deep thinking. A lot of people don't like to say that, but it is essentially understanding what life is about. But when it comes to you as a person, it's going to really make you see where you fit within this big world, okay? It is a fire sign, so that's why it can come off a little bit as bold, to say the least. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so that energy is going to be very beneficial for those of you who have planted seeds in that new moon that we had in the sign of Gemini. You're going to be having some really big benefits that come out during this full moon. Jupiter rules luck, abundance, prosperity, I want to say like bonus or like reward. And so a lot of people are going to be having that. It just depends on what you've been doing, what you've been up to. You also want to see where Sagittarius is within your chart. Depending on where it's at in your chart, that's probably where you're going to see the most expansion, I would say, within that part of your life. So, for example, if you have Sagittarius in the 7th house, you're going to see, big changes or a lot of explosive energy dealing with your relationships or your marriage or your contracts and things like that. So, yeah, if you have it in, let's see, in the 12th house, you may have extremely vivid dreams where you feel like you're able to tell what's about to happen the next day. You may have very powerful internal things that happen for you. If you have Sagittarius in the 11th house, you may see a lot of explosive things happening with your friends or your friend groups, okay? So just to kind of throw that out there, I probably should have went through all the houses, but we're just going to stop it there. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into the first pile. This is pile number 1. For those of you who are picking this pile, let's see what's going to be going on for you during this full moon, okay? All right, so pile number 1, you are showing up as the Princess of Cups. Some of you could be a Sagittarius, you could be a Scorpio or a Libra. But if you're not any of those signs, it's okay, all right? So the Princess of Cups basically means that you are kind of having, a lot of, I would say, emotional depth to yourself at this time. I think you're a person who you're kind of wanting to, you have like an innocence towards emotions. Like you want to kind of see how you feel about things. Like you're not really sure exactly where it's going to go, but you have a pure intent within the emotional side of your life. This also deals with the spiritual aspect of your life. So a lot of you could be kind of finding the balance or finding what your deeper understanding of your spirituality is and how you connect to the world and things like that on a spiritual level. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It does look like things are fading off for you as well. Like you're leaving certain things behind, or you have left certain things behind. But what you do still have, you're taking it with you to your future. So you have a foundation, but you're only taking a little bit to move forward. So you have kind of a clean slate, okay? So you look like someone who's changing, or you've been going through this cycle of change. What's crossing you is the King of Swords. Okay, so you could have a Libra, or this could be you once again, that seems to be trying to get your attention. This also seems as though you're becoming very intelligent, or you're about to come onto something very profound is the word I'm getting. It's almost like you're figuring out who to leave behind or who to cut off, or like you're having enlightenment when it comes to yourself. Prince of Wands. Yeah, it's something about the moon, where the moon is, or it could be a Sagittarius is showing up as well. So a lot of people, it seems to be within this. So I'm seeing a constant energy of Libra and Sagittarius energy. It seems as though you're having more insights and direction and clarity on what you want, where you want to go, your direction, your passions, your career, or just what you want, your desires. And it's also I'm seeing like the Sagittarius arrow. It's like you're being able to kind of pinpoint where you want to go now. Like you have direction, or you're about to set yourself for that, okay? So a lot of you, if you've been feeling confused or lost, this full moon is going to make it very clear to you the things that you want, okay? So I want you to be mature about this, because sometimes we say we want the truth, but sometimes, you know, it's not always easy. So sometimes when clarity comes about, it still can show up in a way as you see someone for who they truly are. So I want you to be very open to what you're going to see within people, situations, or circumstances that you're questioning about during this time. And realize that the King of Swords is not here to be friendly. The King of Swords is very logical, but also cuts away anything that is conflicting its own domain. It is a very protective king. It has a sword for a reason, okay? So you don't want to try to be like, you are showing up as someone who's emotional right now, but you want to be intelligent as well. You don't want to be naive about situations, okay? And you want to also make sure you're being emotionally kind to yourself, meaning don't put up with people's bullshit if you don't need to. All right? This is all stemming from you feeling like you're attracting the wrong things in your life emotionally. So in order to combat that, I think you're realizing the part that you play. And I mean, not for nothing, it looks like because you're finally owning up to what you need to change and realizing what you don't want to deal with anymore in your emotional and spiritual life, things are starting to turn around. So all of these things are stemming from you truthfully feeling like, you know, you want to start attracting the right things in your life emotionally. So whether you make that conscious decision or not, because your soul is like wanting, you know, the good things, you're like, okay, now you're going to start looking for that. Your soul is going to start directing you towards that. You know what I'm trying to say? All right. So in the past, we have the Seven of Swords in reverse, meaning that a lot of you found out the truth about someone. I don't think that they were upfront about it. I think you had to go and see it for yourself. Yeah, and it's about something, all of it was an upgrade though. It's like a good riddance type of energy. It seems like you found out a routine, or you found out what someone was doing on a day-to-day basis. Something to that effect. Like you found out something that someone was continuously doing and it had been lingering for some time. All right. It could also be something that you found out about your lifestyle, your routine, something you've been working on. So yeah, it looks like now you're getting ready to now get rid of the things that don't need to be there. You also need to understand that you have the Hierophant in reverse, which means that a lot of what you're used to, that's no longer going to be a part of your journey. Like you're changing, you're going on a different path. And you know, a lot of times people get freaked out by that, but this is a really good thing for you. This means that you don't have to be chained to what you thought was right. Once you start to see things for what they are and you want to exit, go ahead and do so. The image I'm getting is someone like leaving a religion or choosing to go to a different way of thinking. Like they've graduated past something and now they realize, I don't need to be a part of that. I don't need to, now that I know what this is really about, I'm done with it. So a lot of you, especially with the moon being in Sagittarius, you could be leaving certain religious beliefs or spiritual beliefs, philosophies, traditions, rituals, any type of like group setting where people are coming together to invoke something. You could be leaving that behind because you see the truth for what it is, or you have a different understanding, or you've been enlightened now. Okay. Moving towards the future, I do see the Emperor. So you are now going to be in charge. This is something I'm seeing. And if this is about a person, this also could be saying that there's an Aries that's going to be coming towards you very soon. But I think overall, especially with the Sagittarius full moon, I think this is saying that you're going to be in charge of the way that things go from now on. You're going to be moving forward with direction, with clarity, and a certain type of dominance that comes from confidence. Knowing that what you say is going to happen will happen because you said it's going to happen. So basically just being in full control of the things that go on in your life and not allowing people to run over you and things like that. The outcome is even greater. We have the King of Wands here. So we got more Aries energy. I do believe you're going to be starting something new, or you're going to be on a new path like we've been talking about. But this is also saying you're going to be very capable of getting things done. You're going to be a master of your own passions and desires. This is also saying that you're, like I said, you're capable, you're dedicated, you're committed. Things that you ask someone else to do, you're able to also get down and do it too. So you're not just someone who talks about it, you be about it. So this is going to be a really beautiful time for you to really own who you are and own what your desires are and what you want to see go for your life. And also, this is a great master. Like, you're really good at something. So you're definitely going to see something you're good at during this time. So that is a beautiful reading for, you know, this full moon energy that's going to start on Tuesday and probably linger out until, I would say, maybe Friday. Okay, so this is going to play out over time, but just know that this energy is definitely on your side. All you have to do is go with the current and don't push against it. When you see what you see, know it for what it is, and move with power, knowing that you are aware that you have enlightenment and whatever it is that you need to walk away from. Okay, so that is pile number 1, and now we're going to move on to pile number 2. Hi, pile number 2. So this is your reading for the full moon in Sagittarius. Let's get started. I'm about to pull your spread now. Beautiful. I've only pulled 2 cards, okay? This is gorgeous already. Okay, I really like this one. Okay, so I feel like the overall energy of this is a turn of events. Like something turns over, or it's almost like you get to the tables turn. That's what I'm going to say. The tables turn. You are the Empress during this time, which means that you are the receiver. So you're receiving whatever good things that you need, want, desire. The Empress is very, I feel like it's underrated within tarot. When the Empress shows up, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. It means that you have a poise to you. You don't have to worry. You don't have to fear. None of that. Everything comes to you with ease. It may not come exactly when you're expecting it, but it comes with ease. Any type of trying to force or any trying to have dominance over something that's the wrong thing. Everything that you want and you need comes to you with ease. Okay, so if you specifically were asking for something for this this moon, I feel like a lot of you had done a lot of like rituals for the moon, like during the new moon, because we have the moon card here. I feel like a lot of you were doing rituals during the new moon, whether you knew it or not, and it's starting to play out into your full moon abundance and prosperity and success. So whatever you did, great job. So now you're about to get some rewards. What's crossing you is the World card, which means that something has been completed and you're now able to move on. But not just move on, you're able to be happy and celebrate the things that were completed. So successful completions, moving on to the next chapter, celebrating that things went well. So I feel like a lot of you, I'm getting something about practicality stuff, like you had a good season or a good run at work, or it's like something is documented within like trimesters, like something is documented in increments, and you had a successful run, and so now you're able to really feel the benefits of that. Okay, so that could be a metaphor, that could be very some of you are pregnant, or either you're about to give birth or something like that. Let's see what this is. Judgment in reverse. This is a very big moment in your life. So a lot of you, this is going to be very so some of you are getting the outcome that you wanted. Like, you're the winner. It may not be good for the other person, but you're the winner. Yes. Okay, so it's like probably dealing with courts or something, or institutions, or fighting for something. You end up progressing and you end up being the victor in this. But I think for the other person, it's like they're gonna have to change some things around. Okay, the moon card is here, so I feel like emotions have to deal with this. I also feel like someone's menstrual cycle has something to do with this. I also feel like the cycle of the moon, like you did something during the new moon and now it's happening and it's coming forth during this full moon that we're having. Cycles. This is a very big thing of cycles. Okay. It's dealing with your career for a lot of you. Yeah, figuring out what you want. This is beautiful. For some of you, it is children that is coming about. Like, I feel like you're pregnant, or you're about to find out that or you already know that you're pregnant, and so you're about to give birth or something like that pretty soon. So yeah, congratulations. I am seeing the Princess of Wands in reverse. So I kind of feel like your energy is all over the place. You may be very nervous, or you feel like you need to do more, or you feel anxious, especially if you're pregnant, if this is your first child or something. I am seeing that come up here. It was in reverse. So I feel like you kind of feel all over the place. Like, you're excited, you're happy, things are good, but your energy is very sporadic. So, I would say you want to have nerves, but you don't want to let them override all of the progress. Like, don't mess this up for yourself, okay? Um, all the worries are over, the struggles are over. You are coming back up. So if you've been worried about, like, are you going to be financially okay? Are you going to be able to do X, Y, and Z? You're fine. Things are turning around. I know this doesn't look like a good card, but it was like this, which means that it is good. So yeah, you're coming out of struggles, turmoil, any type of needing assistance. Like, you're getting the assistance, or you're bouncing back basically. And we also have you moving towards the King of Wands. So you could be moving towards a fire sign male, or you could be attracting an energy or becoming the master of your own fate, as far as you can depend on yourself. You have a very strong willpower. You've mastered what it means to be determined and to say you want to get something done, and you do it. You also have, it looks like with the King of Wands, there's something about doing it, like actually physically getting something done. So not running away from your responsibilities, like really mastering what you, like if you want something to happen, you're going to make it happen. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it, okay? Let me see more about this King of Wands. Yes, okay. So it seems like there was some conflict involved with this. Yeah, about someone not pulling their weight, or someone not doing what they need to do. The word I'm getting is child support. So some sort of support where you finally are moving towards a situation where you get to have that. You get to have that support that you've been lacking. It could come in the form of a person, or it could come in as a form of you getting down and doing what you have to do to make sure you get the support, and if someone pulls their weight, because that's what I see. It's like you're getting that pushback. Like, the other person that's supposed to be helping you, they're not doing what they need to do, so they're reaping their karma for it. And they're literally, some of them are getting in legal trouble for it. And it seems like you're after all of this time, you're finally getting your payment back. Even if you have to get down and do the dirty work, at least you're still getting something out of it in a way. And your outcome is the Three of Swords in reverse, which is great. It's not the best, but it seems like, let's see, especially if you're in, a situation of, like, legal situations, I feel like that's what this is saying. Like, it's not really a win out of the situation, because you still have to go to court, you still have to pay, you still have to, there's still probably an issue between you and the person that you're going to court over and stuff. So it's not like peaches and cream, but you are the victor with the Six of Wands. You are the person who is victorious. You are the winner. So especially if you're doing something with court or something like that, it may not be the best for, if you want to be friends with this person, or if it's a family member, or whatever the case may be, but you are going to get what you're trying to get out of this situation. And as the Empress, I told you, you are the receiver. So you're going to get back whatever you are owed. You're going to get back whatever is yours, and more. So congratulations during this Sagittarius full moon. I hope that everything is going well for you. It looks like it will be. And we're going to go ahead and move on to pile number 3. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your Sagittarius full moon tarot reading. Let's see what's going on for you. I'm going to go ahead and pull your spread, and we're going to get started. All right. So pile number 3, I'm seeing that there's already some internal conflict going. I feel as though you feel guilty, or you feel like you did something wrong. Or you may feel like that's how other people view you. You feel like you should have known better, or you feel like you should have paid attention and done the right thing. So I'm already getting the word is like guilt or remorse. Or like something's catching up to you. That's how you feel. Something is catching up to you. So you're showing up as the Four of Wands. I think that you are successful. I think you're very prosperous. I think your desires are very structured. Like you pretty much have everything you want. Planted the right seeds. You know, like things look good. Like you look very good. You look like a very happy individual. There's a lot of expansion as well. Like you have a lot of opportunity is what I feel. What's crossing you is the devil. So there's something you're tied to, and I think that's where that guilt and remorse is coming from. I think for some of you, it could deal with your ego. For others of you, it could deal with an addiction to a person, a substance, a circumstance, a mindset. Okay, let's see what this devil energy is. The King of Pentacles. It definitely could be a person. It seems like a person who's not reliable. Like you can't trust them. They don't come through for you, or they're very is the word vindictive? Maybe manipulative or something. Like they use what they have in order to control you, or that's how you feel. It could be a husband for some of you, or someone who's the masculine role in your life. Okay, so, and it definitely could be a Capricorn. If we're talking about signs, because we have the devil card here. So, it seems like, you know, things are good on the outside, but you're either tempted by something, or everything is not as good as it seems, or the devil's in the details. It's a lot of different phrases that are coming up. It's almost like everything looks good to everyone else, but you can't tell people what's really going on, either because of pride or because it's like you have to speak in code. You can't let someone know straight out what's going on, or that you need help. Like blink twice if you need help, something like that. The whole reason why this is happening could be because of a Taurus, or dealing with a Taurus, or it could be saying that you're moving up. So you're being initiated, but you have to keep quiet or something like that. You're moving up to higher positions. Okay, what's this? The Hangman. Yeah, so it's like you can't talk about it. That's what I was getting. You can't talk about what this is. If this is about your job, then this is saying like you know something, and you know what's happening, but you have to be quiet, maybe because of legal reasons or something like that, or maybe you found something out at your job, but you don't want to jeopardize your position. It looks very hush-hush. It looks very much so like, if you don't say anything, I'll give you a piece of the pie. You know, like, I feel like you're more, not your morality, but like your, who you are is going to be tested at this time. Like, are you trustworthy? Are you a good person? Like, that's going to be weighed on this full moon. I see that you've gone through quite a few, you know, some abuse, I would say. It looks like trauma for some of you. It looks like during this time, a lot of that is going to be triggered. That's what I'm getting for you. Like, you're going to be triggered during this time. Okay. But what's killing me about this whole situation is that you look so happy. Like, nobody knows what you're going through. But you have some things coming back to haunt you. What is this? Okay. So it could be karma, or something that you did in the past is now coming back to bite. It could be something you did during the new moon. It could be a past relationship. It could be someone you're divorced from coming back up to trigger you, or to, you know, get you out of your comfort zone. But it looks like, you know, maybe even shadow work for some of you. A transaction gone wrong. Sadness. Not even sadness, but more like you're trying to decide, like, do I go back to my past ways, or do I move forward into a better me? Wow, 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 wow. I think you still have some unfinished business, and I'll tell you why. This Wheel of Fortune card in reverse is telling me, like, you still, it's not the right timing for whatever you're trying to make happen. You're still, you haven't passed the test quite yet. You got to redo a level. And I think just because you feel like things are good, whatever this is that pops up, it's going to piss you off probably. You're going to be like, damn, really? Like, I got to go through with this again? But it's like, yeah, because if you want to have what you want, or what you desire, you got to go the right way. You got to do it the right way. So if you're trying to take shortcuts, don't do it. It's going to backfire. You have the Tower crowning you. meaning that things are trying to break apart, but you keep trying to keep it together. And I think that's what this devil energy is also saying. Like, you're tied to something that really needs to be left alone. And all of the, even if things have been great, it doesn't mean that anything is going wrong. It just means that during this full moon, things are going to come back up. Things that you thought you had gotten rid of, or if you just pushed it to the side, put it in the closet, put it under the bed, no. Swept it under the rug, no. You'll see. It's gonna show itself to you. Yeah, I feel like the word I'm getting is self-esteem and peace. Choosing your peace over any type of conflict or chaos or stress. Choosing to, even when people are coming at you from all ends, it seems, choosing to find your peace, to be above what other people are doing. Not following the crowd, but standing up for yourself. Not being, cocky about it, but just being your own individual. Or standing up for what you think is right. Even when other people don't understand that. Like, you have a core consciousness within you. Like, you understand who you are, and you're not going to let someone break that down for nothing. So I think that this, you may have a past of maybe being a follower or feeling like you have to do what other people need you to do instead of doing what you need to do for yourself. All of that is going to change. You're happy, and I feel like someone may try to tamper with that. They may, just as an example, they say, hey, I'm going to do this and this and that for you, and you're happy, and you're happy about it, and then they say, hey, I don't really feel like doing it. Do you think you can do this for me? And you're like, okay, like, yeah, I'll do it for you. That's like your pattern. But now it's like a time where you're like, you have to get rid of that. If someone says they're going to do something and they don't come through, that you can't allow that to happen. You can't allow people to keep walking over you. Yes, you look happy. Yes, you look like things are perfect for you, but that's not fair for you to always have to help others and they don't help you back. So I feel like you're learning how to have even exchanges within relationships, whether it be platonic, romantic, friendship, family, whatever. You're learning how to have a balanced give and take within your dynamics in your life and people that you deal with, so that you can actually be happy and not just look like it. You got to learn this lesson, and it's just going to be a time, and maybe just one little events that happens this day where you realize, no, I'm going to say no to them. I'm not going to just say yes and act like I want to do this. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you feel like they did you wrong, speak up about it. You don't have to be rude. You can do it in a very peaceful manner, but it's time for you to stop being stressed out by other people's burdens, okay? The outcome, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So it does look like you are going to have someone who ends up not helping you or being upset because you won't help them. Like, you're not going to have the assistance that you want. But I feel like for some reason, this is going to be what you need. You're going to be able to really have the fun that you want because you're not bothered by this person. You're not allowing them to ruin your weekend, for example. You're not allowing them to ruin your whole mood because they didn't want to come through. You're going to be like, okay, fine. If you're not going to help me, better for me. I like my alone time. I like to be comfortable, and you stress me out, so go. So it looks like you're going to be basically standing up for yourself and getting rid of this toxic thought pattern that you have about people, where you think if you help them, then you're doing the right thing, when really you're just draining yourself. So you're going to be able to get past that, and I think this is something you really need. And I think, it may result in you having one less friend or one less person around you, but it looks like they were just draining you anyway. So congratulations on, whatever good riddance that you are experiencing. That has been your reading.